Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got his man on the outside. Turns it on in midfield. Smashes through the tackle. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do. And the rush will get to him at the 25. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Using his legs to buy some time. Another incompletion on 3rd down. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the ball is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's wrestled out of bounds after a nice pickup.
This play works for one reason. You toss the ball quickly to the left, receivers have to block. Once that running back gets on the perimeter, you're going nowhere if those receivers aren't committed to getting on those DBs, locking on them, running their feet. That's not their first priority. I know they're going to catch the ball more than they're going to block. Nice job blocking on that toss.
Toss to the outside. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job sealing the edge. He'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space, good things will happen.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. After the run, now to throw. They're working that left side. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Pressure coming. And they got him for the sack.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the big fella. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. Washington wants to go quickly.
I love the start for this quarterback in 3rd down. 3rd down, obviously money down. Got to have success. But to have success early, now it opens up everything, right? We trust him. He's got a rhythm going. He's feeling good, and got a lot of confidence.
And the Huskies are moving quickly down the field.
Really nice looking pass there. You think about all the great Washington quarterbacks, right? Warren Moon, the Heward brothers, Mark Brunell, Jake Browning. The greatest quarterback name in college football history, Sonny Sixkiller. That guy was throwing seeds at the University of Washington. This dude right here, putting on his best Sonny Sixkiller impersonation.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
But with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Got his man on the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Quarterback keeps it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. Fires the pass, intercepted. Takes it the other way. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back.
Man, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. I mean, you're playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws it big.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
He wants to throw here on second down. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. The Huskies moving quickly to the line. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first possession.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now on second down. Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throw.
Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies!
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Oregon has the lead right now in Eugene, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to pull away. They're up by 6 over LSU. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Here comes the offense on second down. The option look. He'll toss it. Still running at the 40. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. And you see the speed by the ball carrier there, Reese, picking up a huge chunk of yards.
Now, I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back to the well one more time?
Give to the fullback. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, it was a nice play there, handing it off to the fullback, and the defense is lucky. That strong safety came downhill. He made that tackle. If he doesn't make it, who knows, guys? I mean, that might have been a touchdown.
Here's the handoff. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
The lost yardage leaves them with 2nd and 11. secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And his throw is incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He's right on target. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the catch. He's got him out. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. The give on the inside. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Bearcats have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Calls his own number. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 13, set to advance on the football.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score.
Sends it downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. Touchdown, Huskies. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. A fair catch called for and made. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do some.
What a snag by the defense. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. He's looking to throw. Fires downfield. Got it. They will score. Touchdown, Washington.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I'll tell you, I know they're losing the game. It's only the first half, but this offense, obviously, they've spent some time practicing 2-minute throughout the week. You can see they're really in rhythm, they're really in focus, and they're attacking the right areas of the field in order to try to maintain as much clock as possible.
One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. They'll throw it on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, they'll take to the air. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But they had a great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Huskies will boot it away to start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
They'll line up for a second down play. Goes to the option. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll go empty and 5 wide on 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water guys, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Getting some heat. He's got him in the flat. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. They'd hoped to get him in space, create running room, and there just wasn't anything there.
Yeah, I love the third down, aggressive, in-your-face defense, not giving you any room to run down the field. Great job by the defense. They saw the throw, the quick pass, reacted to it, got him on the ground for a loss.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes the catch past the sticks. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off. And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Well, they tried to go with draw. They didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless. And that back, David, had nowhere to go.
They had nowhere to go. But those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go. You got to give him that first little hole, and then maybe he can make a move. So the offensive line needs to do a better job.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Great job by the quarterback there, knowing where his answer is against the blitz. He finds his dump-off throw to the running back, and he does the rest, picking up the first.
They go to the ground. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Caught. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Makes the catch. They're thinking touchdown here on fourth and goal. The kicker stays on the sideline. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on third down. Instead, they're staring at fourth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him, and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the fourth down.
He's looking to throw. Extending the play. The throw. And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
Snap it to the back. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Washington, 21. Cincinnati, 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They go right back to it. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the change for a first down.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have two hands on it this drive.
Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage total.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
He's going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Looking to throw for it. Fires to the middle. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
I like the idea to go for it there on 4th down. You're basically at midfield, and you've got confidence in your guys to be able to go out. You've got experience in this offense. Guys have made these types of plays before. That time, the defense stepped up. They bowed up and made a better play and take over. Now you need your defense to get on the field in a sudden change situation and get you the football back.
Defense in press coverage. He'll run it again. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. It's gone. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He caught it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Yeah, and you failed on 1st and 2nd, but on 3rd down, you give it to the big fullback, and he does the rest. Lower the shoulder, lower the pads, run physical, and get in that end zone.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to fight.
Looking to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They're licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Quarterback extends the play. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba. Washington right back to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his tight end. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game.
So important keeping those new downs coming, getting that first down. We don't need to panic right now. We got a long way to go. We still got plenty of time to accomplish it.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
That's reeled in. It's Ivory. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to move it through the air. Setting up the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. Quick tempo here for the offense. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got the quick pass. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Washington. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Oregon has some work to do, but go against this team at your own risk. The program who played in the first ever CFP championship is always a threat to come back. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to LSU. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Firing to the right, complete.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Zings it complete to the right. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart.
He'll take a shot. And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail meat coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, and excellent field position for this offense. On first down, here comes this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's taking a deep shot. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time, man.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Looking for more room. 10. Touchdown, Huskies. How about that D coming up with a play like that? As they push that lead out, a